So I'm French. So I'm Israeli French. French Israeli.
Wow.
Whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm. So yeah, learning language here, everything happened, and yeah, apparently learning languages. You hear me?
Yes, very well.
Anyhow,
Yeah, learning languages happened very naturally somehow. I didn't know that. Mm. I was when I was 20 years old. I went to I felt like feeling going to Italy and learning language just came up. So I flew there, and I took Italian school. You know, I went to Italian school, and it was very fast. Learning language was very fast. So it was wonderful. You know, like picking up very fast and talking with Italian people and discovering new cultures. And French was the same. I didn't take school. I just came here, you know, just by talking with people, wanting to, you know, share. And just, you know, the language was developing very nicely.
cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have French
I think there
accent.
is, you know, oh, sorry.
You have French accent.
Yeah, now I French. I'm, you know, when I integrate, it's completely, you know, the whole thing. Yeah. And I speak most of the time French here. So,
Mm,
you know, it's become very natural.
yeah. So how did you first discover this message?
Um, this message was I heard it first from just, you know, doing the kitchen stuff, listening. I love listening to all these, you know, conversations, and it was one of the Hale Dwansky. I don't know. It was Sedona Method, the guy from Sedona Method, that he makes a lot of interviews with a lot of speakers. So one of the talks was with Naho.
Oh, Naho
Naho.
Awada.
Naho. Yeah.
Love
Beautiful,
her.
beautiful woman.
Love her.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's like a little angel, you know, talking.
Unbelievable.
She's yeah, she's very sweet and really like little angel talking. So
Yeah.
when I was listening, you know, just doing, you know, the kitchen stuff and listening to her, um, and listening to the, you know, the words that say that it's already complete and there's no one here, I was like, what is that? You know, I was like, wow, something was heard, like there's no, and I was so excited. I said, wow, there's a new adventure here.
So
I was like,
can I tell you a story about I tried to share Naho's videos with some friends of mine. And do you remember when she
mhm,
would laugh a lot? Like sometimes she would just
yeah,
spontaneously, they didn't like that.
I
They
know.
it,
I tried to share as well also. Nobody like what is that? Why she's doing that? Like
exactly. Like they felt like she was kind of making fun of them.
yeah. But when it's heard, it's like, wow, 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 you know, and just you want to hear more, more, more. What she's talking about. It sounds so like really it was a new adventure here, and I didn't understand really what she was saying, but it was exciting.
Was there an instant resonance with the know me, her know me message? Was it instant or was it gradual?
So it was gradual because it sounds, you know, it sounds interesting, and I didn't understand really what she was talking about, but the first impression was something hit me that there is, you know, I was looking there was looking for something outside, you know, to this there was looking for this integration with something beautiful outside, because the beauty was outside, and it was You know, the like you have to let go of the story and connect with this oneness.
Yeah.
And the work was with that, because I was following Muji, and you know, I'm following the no self and Nisra data, you know, books and everything. So this was exciting too, because there was like dropping of the story, you know, like it was like they talked about when you leave your story, all the narrator, and you just like keep quiet, and there is like this silence. But this was you had to, you know, there was a work there, because you have to go in meditation, drop this, you know, like drop the story and just stay in silence. So it was very, very sweet. You know, it's very nice to do that. But you know, you wake up and the story comes back.
Mhm.
So what you do now, you know, and then you have to look for this greatness, this silence all the time. You have to go back to meditation. It's a lot of work for for lazy people. It's a lot of work.
What did you say, Raigo?
Much effort.
Too much effort.
Yes, yes. So, but the silence is very sweet. You know, it's beautiful when you start. You know, everything comes down and you forget your own story. There is a saying that, you know, there is something else than the stories, the narrator in the head. But when she was talking about, there is actually nobody here to see that this greatness or this silence. Then it was like, wow, you know, it was, who is the one that is looking for, you know, if there is no one that looks for this
Mhm.
going to this emptiness or the silence. So this is some, you know, so I didn't understand how you cannot know how to do it, because if there is
I know,
there's
right?
nothing here, you cannot do anything.
It doesn't make sense.
No, no. And then after was a lot of this it was like a thirst, like something wanted just to hear this message. But it felt, if I have an image, it's like you want to drink. It feels like something wants to drink, like the to listen, like drinking, like you have you're thirsty for something, but you don't know for what. But it's not like a need. It was just like a, I don't know, it's like an oxygen, you know. It's something just want to hear, but it was not something. I cannot call it addiction. It feels like an addiction, but it's just needed to do that. Just needed to hear, but very, very nicely, you know. So I let it just go. I let it come, you know. If I didn't judge it, I just say, okay, listen to, if you want to listen more, just listen. And there was relaxation by listening, you know, because I don't know if you can call it a mind. There is a mind, but something needed to listen and to be. I don't know if to say to be convinced about to be relaxed about it, not to have question anymore. So I just follow the instinct of listening, you know, and everything came down. I didn't need to convince myself anymore. It was just clear. It was obvious.
Mm.
And now it became just fun. You know, I'm just enjoying listening to all of you guys. Air is like an angel. It's so much love. I love listening to Air.
Yeah, me too.
So, oh, yeah, yeah. It's like melting love. It's like, ooh.
Yeah,
A
half
lot
the
of, you
time
know.
they think my community, the non-duality community, is the ERE community. That I love so much of your guys' stuff. It's just so beautiful and you're so passionate, and you know, you have a directness, ERE, that's rare in my opinion. I mean, you are all about the business.
Yeah, cutting out the middleman. There is no path, there is
Mm,
no journey. It is already. So yeah, very direct
yeah.
because it is already. So what to do? Often there is this kind of image that okay, so I don't do nothing because I can do nothing because there is no one. It's not about that there is no one doing anything. That doing still happens. It's just that there is no one doing or not doing anything. That as long as there is this sense of I am something, it always claims that I am that one who is doing something or choosing something or not doing. Yeah, but the case is that there never was anyone, and somehow it can't be heard. You may hear it like 1,000 times or listen, but it heard only once, but not by you. For that one who feels separate must die, apparently. And apparently because when this illusion collapses, it's seen as not real. There never was anyone, not here, not there, anywhere. So yeah, even when sometimes giving some kind of suggestions happens here, then here is no expectations that someone should follow these suggestions. These are totally empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pure and honest, whatever comes out, no one's doing that. And no one expects that someone is following these instructions, so to speak, or suggestions. It's so free.
Beautiful. And it's funny because we are so programmed to do how to do things. So there is really like energetically this feeling of like boom, 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 do, how, you know, it's really running. I feel it really energetically. This now I have, there is a thing of relaxation and of, there is memory of this energy. You know, there is a thing of these two energies. So somehow it can come back and there is, and it's not important anymore, but because there is a thing of there is this quietness, and in this quietness there is also a memory of this boom, 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 do, how I find what to do, you know, it's going boom, 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 boom. It's very silent also, but it's being felt very strongly here. And this was the energy that pushed, you know, how I can improve myself, how I can do better. And it's so tiring, this energy, how I can do better, how I can improve myself. I'm not good enough. This is really tiring. Very, very, it was felt very, very strong. I was, you know, a lot of self-improvement since I was 20 years old, because this body got sick, and there was a lot of feeling that I need, you know, getting better and insecureness and all this stuff, you know, that feeling, it was feeling of separation since I was very, very young. And, you know, I remember myself very, very young. Like, I don't know, the first memories I have of myself is feeling separate from the world, you know, like I'm in a bubble and there is the world and I don't know what is it. What is this thing? You know, why they are running this way, why they're doing this this thing. I was watching the kids running and playing, and I said, why they're doing this, running and playing like that? Just like watching, like, what's going on here, you know, very, very young.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I just like, what is going on? What, in trying to fit in, you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's funny. I was thinking when, you know, people call someone a monkey, it's like an insult, you know, oh, you're just a stupid monkey. But I'm laughing because we're all every human is a stupid monkey, you know,
Yeah.
just copying each other. Like that's how you learn to do stuff, is you just look around.
So funny. And I couldn't understand that. I said, why they're running, everybody running, it was a group of boys running after the girls, why they doing this thing? So I said, I'm gonna find, maybe I'm gonna run after the girls, and then but you know, it's stupid the boys running after the girls. It's better to be in the boys group. So I'm gonna run with the boys group. But then you find yourself isolated there, you know, because you don't understand, you know, and then you have to, you know, you're trying to fit in because I don't like that, you know, you want to be, you want to share with others, and you want to be a part of something, so you have to adapt yourself into the group. But it was never, it was, you know, it was, you make believe adapting to the group, you know, but it was never, it was kind of suffering doing that.
Yes, God, 100% full resonance here with every word. Trying to
Yeah.
fit in, trying to, you know, make friends. You know what? It was trying to connect.
Yeah. To share just this simple love, you know, this simple
Yeah.
sharing without no words, just like boom, you know, like, and so you don't know how to do it, you know, and then you have to negotiate that, you know, negotiate love, and this is so disappointing,
Yeah.
negotiating
It always
this love.
feels off.
Yeah. And then there is getting hurt, and yeah, you know, and more isolation, and then you try to find yourself, and then there is, you know, and then there is
Yeah.
this self-improvement, seeking for something better, how I will be more shiny, more wonderful, that, you know, just to have connection.
And to feel enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and to feel enough for yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
have a value. You need to have a value.
Yeah, because in the story, when there was not like the separation, or like it happened here too, that ERE didn't fit in somehow, and something was off all the time, and then trying to fit in, and so on. It's just so exhausting. But here the story was running that I'm not enough. It must mean that, because I don't connect or something, and
Yes.
and then trying to improve, and what this is all about, and and then the path or journey
And
will
and the guilt. You know, I could, right? How
Oh,
many times, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I hurt their feelings, or now they're mad. I could feel they're mad at me. Ah, I messed up.
Yeah,
I
but
really
maybe
could
you
feel.
already forgot it, but you are holding this story like the days, and it's like bothering you. That
Exactly.
you
That
you
3
have
days.
actually no idea. They already forgot it and moved on.
Exactly.
But
Yeah. And you can, and you, as you say, you can do nothing. You can't get rid of it. It's there, and it's in your head, and it's going around.
and then it's wrong, and then you have to fix it.
It's torture. That's the torture.
I don't know about you guys, but the imagination here is very strong, and the feelings are very strong. I have very sensitive, you know, if I don't, somebody comes in and you have like a bad, you know, like sad face or angry face, it's like boom. For me, it's like I just feel this so strongly. So
Same
I
here.
don't know if, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So that
separation right away, very strongly, and then it's like whoa, you know. And before I took it for myself, like something is wrong with me, you know. So you know, because it's so strong, you feel really guilty about feeling all these strong feelings. You know, when somebody just appears in front of you, and you just feel like, or blame, or somebody's like feeling bad about something, or complain. It's like oh, you know, you don't know what to do with all this. So
Or who to talk to
yeah.
about how you feel.
Yeah, because it felt very strongly, very, very real, very, and then he connected with the appearance, with the person. So it, you know, they go together, and you try to get rid of it. You know, now I feel so, you know, I feel so heavy and bad. How I get rid of it now? Yeah. And this is why this story, I didn't like the stories anymore, because you know the story come with this feeling, because there is the image and the story, and then what you do with this feeling, how you get rid of these feelings. So here comes the self improvement, because now we're going to teach you how to get rid of the feelings.
and
But you
teachings
cannot
also,
get rid of the feelings.
yeah, and somehow
You
these
cannot get
teachings also confirm constantly that you are not enough. There is something wrong with you, and I know how to fix
Yeah,
you. And then
yeah,
it's fixing, endless doing. It just contains this illusion of doer. And yeah, like you said before, that there was so much feeling that you must do, boom, boom, boom all the time. Here, yeah,
more.
here also was
mm,
like doing lots of work, and constantly doing, moving somewhere, but getting something seemingly, I don't know, successful in business, again feeling like not enough. Then another thing, and somehow it just run out of this energy that there is something that must to do constantly and somewhere to arrive. Somehow everything dissolved, or this doing, and all there was this, and this was already enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has always been like this.
Yeah. But
You
somehow
too,
this,
Raigo? It was the same?
Yeah, almost
Your
same.
story is the same?
Yeah.
What is your story, Raigo?
What is my story? Also like similar like yours, like everyone's of us. Also, I had this spiritual path like 6 or 7 years. It was suffering for me because yeah, like all of us, I was never enough, and you have to do more. You have to improve yourself. All similar stories. And when I first heard, I think it was Tony Parsons, it's like, boom. And I constantly listened and listened and listened. I couldn't do nothing. I just have to listen more and more and more and more and more. It was so beautiful. I didn't understand what it is, but it was so freaking beautiful. And I still waited that something needs to be happened. But one day just I got like nothing needs to be happened. Everything is already, and it was like boom. It was so beautiful, and I still can't express myself. I don't. How you could talk about this?
Very hard. Very, yeah, exactly. Very, ooh. Yeah.
Every word, and same time, every word is this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. And there is some characters that really very talented talking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And
It comes out so beautifully. Like, you know, Emerson is speaking very nicely about it. I love to listen to Michael. I love to listen. It's so calming listening to Michael. You know, the way you articulate it, the way you know, just reflection, the voice and everything.
Thanks. Yeah.
It's yeah.
There were two things that were, you could say, sort of like, one was a mental thing where, just like you guys are saying, I tried everything. So it's what I tell people: do whatever you think will help. You go for it. You know, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
Because here I did try Course in Miracles, I Am That, Advaita Vedanta, Buddhism, every non-duality book I could get my hands on. And eventually something, so this would be the kind of the intellectual thing. Like I go, God, nothing works. Nothing works. But there was still like a feeling of a somebody. And then something, this is the energetical part that I would hear like Jim Newman talk about, or Kenneth talk about. And now I know what he means. But you don't know it till after that energetic contraction is not there.
Right.
But you can't make it go away.
That's so perfect. However, it is like the sense of me being there or not, trying to understand this or not, is all so perfect. And from here, it seems like whatever is happening is this already. There is already no sufferer. There is already no seeker. Yeah, in a story, in a dream, it plays out like that, and it can be in a dream very exhausting and all this. I totally understand this part also, but at the same time, I see how empty this is. That there is really no one there's really no one suffering. But yeah, in a dream, it feels very convincing because I feel real and this is my suffering and how I get rid of it. And basically, often what I hear is that I want to have this freedom. I want to experience this. And this is just maintaining this illusion, apparently. But you can't be there.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Nothing
Yeah.
to do.
There's no experiencer. There
Yeah.
is no
No.
freedom, personal freedom.
Yeah.
There is already freedom appearing as this feeling separate.
Yeah. But the me, the me can't hear nothing, nothing to do doesn't make sense to
No.
the me.
But there
No.
can be everything. There can be suffering as well, but it's not nobody suffering. It's just suffering.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
And
just
this is why you cannot get rid of it. You cannot get rid of the suffering. You cannot do anything to get rid of it. It's just suffering, it's just beautiful as suffering. Suffering is beautiful. I can't believe I'm saying this now. But
so perfect, but it's not
perfect,
like perfect,
perfect.
not like beautiful. It's everything. There can be pain and all kind of feelings.
Nobody's doing it.
Yeah. Same time, so beautiful and
It
empty.
feels now like an expression, like a volcano. It's like, it just like comes up very full on and express itself, and then boom, it's
Do you,
gone.
do do you guys find, like, I found here that the personality actually, once this was seen, so to speak, got bigger. Like there's a freedom to be yourself. So if I don't like something, I just say I don't like that.
Boom.
And
Right.
more
Yeah.
direct, more honest, more authentic.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, like here, these things started to change in the story earlier when this message arrived. Like ERE couldn't anymore play any games. Like very direct with new friends and saying to the face that here is no playing happening. It's pure honest. You like it or it doesn't. I don't care, but I can't have two faces or play any games. So that was what I was waiting, so to speak, from other side also. Because when it was seen that there is no authenticity, that there is some play going on, then there was no energy to have these kind of relationships, and basically most of the relationships just fell away naturally, and here was nothing missing. Like first time in life,
Yeah.
when all in a story in ERE life there was always something missing, and felt like not enough friends or not enough good friendships, or well, there was lots of friends but something was all the time missing. And now there are nothing missing. Doesn't matter how many friends or no friends, it's all this.
Exactly. And you don't feel like explaining too much, getting too much involved in stories. So if the story is like that, we don't make an effort to try to change it or try to explain it. Here also it was big relief stopping to explain myself, try to explain why I'm doing, because I don't know why I'm doing things, I don't know. I have no idea why I'm doing these things, why I do this way or that way, why I should explain it, because I don't have a clue. I will make a story to make it sound better, but doing things are, you cannot know why you do these things, this is
The
the
funny,
first thing. There's nothing to explain.
the funny thing is nobody does. Like
Yeah.
even
No.
people that think they know are just
But they
talking
are
out.
claiming that they know.
And story comes out and it's believed.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
Because
with straight face.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. You actually believe your own story. You
Oh,
believe your own story.
100%, 100%.
It's ridiculous.
No knowing, but
Yeah.
What did you say? Cut out. Say it again.
There's no knowing whatsoever.
No.
So amazing illusion, this knowership or knowing or knower. When here it fell away, so to speak, like it was like, I don't know, being 1 year old or 2 years old, like suddenly like, I don't know, I don't know, the simplest things. It was like funny and also frightening for the second, and then it was it was gone. The worry or this frightening part. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. And then sometimes when the discussion's happening between us, and I say something like I know how to do, I don't know, to do something, let's say. And at the same time, it falls apart, the knowing part from this, because I actually don't know. I don't know what I'm speaking, but yeah, no one knows.
Yes, there can be apparent knowing how to make,
Exactly.
how to cook a food, how to wipe your ass, or whatever.
Yeah, it's just
This
not
is
it's just not yours.
Yeah, exactly.
no, it's learning. It's a natural learning, you know. This is the way it works. It learns, and you know, there is abilities. It's perfect, you know, the way it works. It's intelligence. I don't know what it is. Just there is like instant learning, like the animals, you know, how they know to walk right away. You know, a deer just, you know, being born and just walking. How he knows how to do it, you know. This is intelligence.
I have to tell you a funny story. Before I came on here, I was watching I was watching a video of a silverback, you know, they have silverback gorillas, like in Africa, big, you know, 800 pounds, the male silverback. And they had a zoo where there's a glass a glass partition where the people can, you know, be safe. So, so they're just like, you know how kids are. The kids are harassing, you know, because I guess he can hear still. So they're yelling, they're taunting the silverback. And it's so perfect. The silverback walks right up to the window and he flips them the bird.
Who is the monkey here?
Yeah, exactly. It was unbelievable. They were shocked. Everybody, it was unbelievable.
I wonder where he learned this.
Exactly. Now who's the monkey?
Exactly.
Human monkeys.
Exactly.
Yeah, he knew that.
Yeah.
He knew that one. That one he knew.
Mm. So you having a good time in Sri Lanka?
Yeah. Always there is sun, we have a good time.
Yeah.
Because back in Estonia, it's winter time and we can't see sun there.
Yeah.
Really.
I don't know who has more
you guys-
snow. Do you guys or because Sander in Sweden, man, there's a lot of snow. He's posting videos daily of snow.
I think Sander, because he's more north than we.
It's beautiful, but it's very hard to stay for a long time with snow and dark.
Yeah,
You know?
and even
Yeah.
this stronger or bigger, as Michael said, when the veil was dropping, or this somebody or something that was filtering or trying to be somehow blah blah blah, then it went more authentic, and then these bodies are screaming to the sun.
For sun. Okay.
And we have seen it so many times in our bodies that when we are in Estonia, we are sick and going to Spain or somewhere else, with 2 days, most of the problems are gone. And then when coming back again, and yeah, we did DNA tests also. So it showed also that these two bodies are need more vitamin D and need sun.
Yeah, my brain can't make serotonin in places where is not sun, like in Estonia. So my mood is down, and when I see sun, everything Yeah,
it comes
yeah.
up automatically, the joy and everything's boom,
Listen,
popping
but
up.
listen, if any, you guys, all three of you have an invitation to come to sunny Los Angeles. We got a lot of sun here. So
Oh, that's cool.
you guys know that, right? Like we get
Mm.
so it's although it's been cold lately. We've had it's been very cold this winter, but normally it's very sunny. There's a beach area, you guys, Raigo. There's a beach. Not even 3 miles, 2.5 miles. We could,
Wow.
yeah, we could go to the Santa Monica beach.
It's winter
Thank
right
you.
now.
Yeah, now is winter. Yeah, is it's not hot now.
How cold is cold for you?
Well, in the morning now it's about 42 degrees is cold here for us. 42 degrees. I don't know
What
what
is
the Celsius.
42, it's Fahrenheit, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
42 Fahrenheit is what Celsius.
Fahrenheit.
So what's the Celsius?
It's not half of it,
It's
maybe?
less.
No,
No, it's less.
less than half. Okay. Maybe you have like 15.
Well, freezing is what, 38 is freezing?
Here it's freezing, it's zero Celsius. So I don't know.
Anyway, it's cold here because
Yeah.
we're pussies because we're so spoiled. You know, if it drops below 60, you know, we can barely function here.
The same when I came from Israel to France. Also in Israel, it's never, it's hardly, it's not cold in Israel. So in the beginning, in the autumn, when it was just for the French people, it was like just, it was not cold for me. I was just putting coats and everything, because I'm not used to have cold. So it took a while to to get used to this kind of a weather, to the body needs some time to get used to it. The sensation and everything,
Yeah.
But now, yeah, it needs to be adapted, sometimes.
I have lived in Estonia 41 years. I'm still not used to it.
Okay, no rules.
It's so beautiful there, but for us, it's only maybe maximum 2 weeks.
That we want to
Oh.
stay, we can stay, and
Yeah.
then should go again somewhere where it's warm. Yeah, and then some bodies are enjoying the coldness and yeah, looking to countries where they can ski. We are looking countries where they can
Swim.
Yeah.
Because in Estonia,
Anyway,
so cold.
you have also a love from Sander and Rosa. I was, writing to Rosa last night, so she sent kisses and a love from her and Sander. I love these guys.
Yeah, they interviewed Kenneth tonight. They just posted it. Their interview with Kenneth. Yeah.
Right. They're doing a really great job interviewing and talking about it. It's so light. It's so fun. So much energy. I love the way they
And they're like the
doing the
yin and the
interviews.
yang, right? They're so different.
They're perfect together. They're perfect together. Yeah. Just the flow, the way it goes there. It's so perfect.
He's like
Yeah.
the Buddha. He's quiet and he's got his little hat and he's like still. And we got Rosa booming out, just
booming over there. It's the perfect ground to talk. I don't know how I have to say, you feel so comfortable there. Just, saying whatever comes up. You feel so safe, nothing, nothing can go wrong. Don't need to think too much. It's just like boom, like Rosa say, like big booming, boom. And Sander is adding, is like, completing with, just this. It's like, yeah, just this.
yeah. I love Sander. We've kind of become friends, and I love his directness. The fact that
Yeah.
he hits the right note. The one note is it doesn't matter what it is.
Oh, yeah. There's like no way out. When he talks, I have this image like boom, I cannot go, the thinking cannot go nowhere. It's like even the thinking is that, like,
Yes,
there's no escape.
that's
No
it.
escape.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Even these words, this is
Yeah,
saying these words.
exactly. This is why it's so direct. Like, whatever you will say, this is it. You know, you can cannot go nowhere.
Yeah.
That's why everyone says it is already, even
Yeah.
before the thought what it is.
Already.
Already.
Yeah, so that's done. That to me was freedom. I first heard already from Nkosi, and I was like, well, if there's already no me, then like I just believed the guy. You know, it still felt like there was a me here, but he looked honest. I didn't think he would tell me there's no me if there was a me. You know, and I said, yeah. So that was the first part. Is that how does that feel? You know, for me, the no me felt, yeah, there was something about that rang true here.
Because there in the beginning, when you hear the message, there is a lot of going on with the me. You know, we are a lot of talking about because the energies felt very strongly in the beginning when you start listening. So there is this debate about, because you feel something, you know, this heaviness, and you call it the me, the heaviness, and the want to get something. I will name it the me, you know, and then the energy is still going. So there is some kind of a debate with that, you know, what is, if there is a me or there is no me. And it's like it debating with itself in a way. But when you hear after that, you hear there is not even me. So it just become like an appearance. Even that is just an appearance. It's not even, it's just another thing that comes up as a feeling, as something that's just showing up. And then this me is just relaxing because it's just an appearance. It's just something else that comes up in nothing. So there's no position now to say that was me. That was even that. It's not just an appearance. It's not. It's already, you know. But it was running like full on, like this feeling was running on the screen so full on, so we don't see that there is it's just an appearance, just something that's just popping up because it's very strong. It's filling up the whole screen, you know.
And you don't know what you hear about there. It's just something resonates so deeply.
Yeah.
For me, it was the no separation that resonated. Something about no separate, that all is this, something, I'm like, yeah, that, it just sort of explained it. I'm like, I don't know how I know that, but all is this, it just felt right.
And there's nothing more. Like Jim Newman says, show me something else.
Oh yeah, just
yeah.
this, show me something else.
Yeah.
But the meaning, that's why I mentioned earlier about the energetic, because there's just nothing to be done. It feels like a me. So you can intellectually understand there's no me here, but it could still feel like it. And that was the case here. And then one day it was just very casual. Like I just kind of noticed that feeling wasn't there anymore. What Jim Newman calls the contraction. I noticed there was no more a solidity. Something had relaxed.
Yeah.
And here, for you, Michael, you said that no separation was something that clicked, or here it didn't make any sense. What the hell they are talking about? Like here was not trying even. At first there was trying to understand, but here, whatever happened wasn't nothing to do with these words, because I even couldn't listen this message, because when I tried to listen, or Raigo said, "Oh, listen this one is good one," like many times. "Oh, listen this one." Okay, I tried. Raigo said it's good one, and then I feel like with 5 or 15 minutes how my teeth are going like.
Traction.
And, yeah, oh my God, so contracting, yes, in that sense, physically and everything. And yeah, but all we have are these words. But even during the meetings, these words doesn't go anywhere. These words doesn't help anyone.
Yeah.
They doesn't lead to where you already are. But yeah, in this falling away process, these words seems to have some kind of meaning, although even when they are said that it's empty. But yeah,
It's
but
not.
yeah,
It's not.
energetic.
It's not your words, ERE. It's your emptiness that's felt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here also I even never arrived to any meeting before falling away happened. I arrived to the meetings after, and then it was like a party. And when having the one-on-one with Emerson, there wasn't no ERE anymore, but ERE didn't know that. And then it was just empty reflection from emptiness. And I think the title was also something emptiness to emptiness or something like that. And yeah, then it was just obvious that no one did anything, nothing lead to that. You even listen this message, like this falling away process, so to speak, started earlier when even this message came. It just arrived in this. That it's beautiful. It's like a music. It's like a poem. There is so much love. Just talking about this, and at the same time, zero need. Even before this meeting, like
No need.
say we don't have nothing to say and no need to say, and at the same time there is so much love and passion arising.
And it's not personal about
Yeah, no.
No. How
something.
beautiful is to talk without really having any intention. How beautiful is that? Just talking, no intention there, no position,
Agenda.
not to.
No,
Yeah.
no agenda.
Oh, no agenda. Oh my goodness.
Not trying to get anything from you.
No.
And
Just
then
talking with empty
from
talking.
yeah, and then comments coming like, what the hell are you talking? Why? It's so pointless. If you say there is no one, why are you still doing that?
Yes, it is pointless. You got it.
I say constantly there is no one speaking. But why you are doing doing anything? Please.
I don't know.
Hey, Raigo, we got to see the other side of ERE because ERE, about a month or so ago, there was 1 or 2 videos you posted. Well, I don't know what happened or if somebody left a comment, but ERE's like, listen, I don't care if you watch my videos or not.
Yeah, it have been always like that, but it was funny when the video started to happen. And before in the story, here was lots of self-pity and feeling not enough and not good enough. And then when first bad comments started to come, because they are just they don't stick, they don't land. Like
Yeah.
and it felt like the freedom, but not personal freedom again. Just yeah, you don't know how heavy this story of me is until it's not no more. It's not
Yes,
anymore.
Right.
that's what I was saying. That's the energetic contraction. It's not noticed until it's not there.
And here
But
it
you
was so
cannot.
subtle that yeah, no one knows here when it happened in a story. But of course, when it was obvious, it was also obvious that nothing have ever happened. There is no past,
Yeah.
and you can't understand this.
No.
That's something I couldn't understand when people would give a date. Oh yeah, I awakened on June 7th, 1973, while, babysitting my dog. I mean,
What is what does it mean? What?
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 Happening.
Nobody,
What?
no, how can nobody have a date that they disappear?
There's no one to die
The drop
already. So yeah, it have been always this
the
way.
dropping the dropping of time also, it's so amazing, There's no, you don't position yourself in time. There's no grabbing of moments. The story is appearing in time. You know, this is also heavy. The story that the memory is appearing in a, I belong to certain times, certain moments, and this is like gone.
Well,
and
you bring up time, you bring up death.
yeah,
exactly.
no
And both-
start, no end now. It's just like boom, you know, like poof, you know, whatever comes up. And it feels very light, you know. It just this heaviness is
yeah,
but
in the story,
no one doing it, you know. It just happened. There's no even, you know, what happened, or I cannot explain that. Just that, you know,
You
whatever.
don't know
And
what
it's
your next word is.
sorry,
You don't know even what is your next word or thought.
no,
You don't,
no,
nobody knows.
nobody knows.
Mm-hmm.
But most of people claim that they know what they are talking about.
Oh, I'm quite sure.
Yeah, funny that here was in the story no sense of time. Like when Raigo was asking what time you arrive, how long time it takes when you arrive home, and I had the same schedule every day. Like basically, I had done this work, and I should know how long time ending this job takes, and then arriving home. And there was like all the time error. Somehow it couldn't understand the time. Sometimes it happened, sometimes it didn't. But when all this collapsed, it was like, oh, freedom.
Yeah.
If there is sense of time or if there isn't, it's
Yeah.
also this.
Because if you're a me, then the worst thing you can do is waste time.
Oh yeah, exactly. Time and me goes together. They go together, and then I can explain. I can, you know, you have to be on this time. You owe me something. I owe you something because, you know, it's
Well, I need time
my
to
time.
I need time to get somewhere.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because it's not it. There need to be time and process and effort and journey to somewhere. But it will never arrive. It will never happen.
Yeah, in
It will
Kosi,
never have enough time.
yeah, in Kosi is constantly saying there's no journey, but when he says it, it sounds like he says there's no Jenny.
That's true also.
That's so
I
sweet.
do not journey, no other and no journey. Time. Yeah, the meme is like this timekeeper. I don't know if there is this kind of word in English at all, but yeah, it is seemingly moving through time and space towards to end to the death, and yeah, it's constant moving somewhere.
What a
But never
sad
arriving.
story.
Sad story. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
amazing illusion. Amazing illusion.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So strong.
Yeah,
So beautiful.
there was something here that was not okay with death.
Mm.
You know? There's just something about it. I'm like, well, why is everybody so happy? Like, how can you forget death? How can you go enjoy yourself at the movies? You know, there was always a kind of a worry in the back, no matter what was going on.
It will end.
Yes.
Yeah. Why to make all this effort if it will end anyway? So, you know, I'm just sitting sad because it's gonna end one day.
Exactly. What's the point?
What's the point? Yeah.
All the reasons it's alive and even the worry of death is also this
Yeah.
also innocent. No one's
Yeah.
doing that. No one's worrying.
No.
No escape. No escape.
No escape. No. No escape.
Well, a me has to have a point. No, there's no point. That doesn't work for the me.
Mhm.
But if there is no point, it's so beautiful. It's
Yes.
so pointedly beautiful.
Yes, that is the beauty.
Mm.
That's the magic. When there's no reason, no point.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's this beautiful
You
meeting.
know, I got so lazy now when somebody asks me, "How are you doing? How are you doing at home?" I start to talk by codes. Home, cold. The story got very short. I said, okay, the imagination will do the rest. So I'm home. It's 1 degree cold, and there is the firehouse, the fireplace on. It's like with codes, just saying few words because I know the imagination. Why to tell a story? The imagination we're just gonna do whatever it does. Like you can just say few words and everything is done. Mm. Even for the stories, like the imagination is doing the whole thing, you don't need to
Mhm.
talk too much.
Oh yeah, that was the post I put up that you liked. The one about
Yeah.
that you don't create the imagination creates you.
Mm.
Amazing. It's really that. The imagination creates you. Everything is imagined. Your character is imagined, the other characters are imagined. The whole story is imagined, and you just come with the story, and you meet the me meets the world with this imagination of
Yeah,
of
well,
something.
exactly, because why do you have the body you have? Why do you have the hair color you have? You didn't pick it.
Yeah.
Why
No.
why were you born where you were born? You didn't pick it. So it's like a dream.
Yeah.
Without the dreamer.
Mm. Yes. Mm.
And when Earth, this apparent separate one, hears whoever speaking, it will never hear these ones. It hears only itself. Everything is projected through the me veil, me filter, and it will never hear what's being said, so to speak.
Mm.
It can only see itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see this in my Wednesday night Zoom meeting where I see the me's come up with analogies. They say,
Mhm.
"Oh, I know what you're saying. It's like this."
Mhm.
So they can better understand it. They'll put it in words that they like.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever word we say, let's say love, then there is Hadar love, Hadar imagination of love, Michael, ERE-RAIGO, and everyone have different kind of concepts in each words.
Concept.
So everyone understands this, so to speak, differently in their own way. And yeah, they try to put it to the concept because the me is concept and all it can manage is these concepts. This
Everything
Yeah.
is concept.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
things spoken about isn't the concept, isn't the teaching. It's nothing, nothing, and at the same time,
Nothing.
everything.
Yeah. Beautiful. It's just like, ooh, from here, like.
But this is not the concept.
No.
You can talk about with this only with concepts.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the paradox because no concept is it, and yet all concepts are it.
Yeah.
And even the simplest word as this, it's very neutral, but even this have concept. This, that we are not talking about anything.
Well, we were messengering the other day, right? About like the words emptiness and nothing. Immediately, just the mind gets an image of what nothing
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The other day, what came up is, I was looking like at the water outside, and it came up. This is like the unknown appear to itself as something known, but it's
Yes.
just appear. It's a reflection of itself. It was beautiful because it's like the unknown seeing itself as something is known, but it's unknown.
Mm.
to no one, you know.
But me wants to know. Me knower. It can't be unknown. How this can be unknown? Someone have to know. There seems to be so many who share this, the gurus. They know, they got this. But how you, there is no separation. It's impossible to know.
Yeah.
Even we talk about the word like universe. Have anyone been outside of the universe to just know this?
Yeah.
There's no separation.
I don't know if you guys have this over there, but they still have it. But when I was a kid, my family bought a collection. You would get a book mailed like every 2 months. It was called the World Encyclopedia from A to Z. So the first month you would get a book this thick of A. So every subject that had to do with A, very small type. The book H had the human body, and there was these really cool, like clear diagrams that overlaid so you could learn about the, I mean, as a little boy, I got to see a vagina right
Wow.
there. Yeah.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Oh, that page was more. But the impression was that as a kid, I remember so excited when a new one would arrive. I would smell it, I would open it, and I think, okay, all I have to do is read this whole book and I'll know everything. If I read the whole 26 books by the end, I should, because it said world, not, encyclopedia.
Yeah. And this was years ago, and every year they have to do another A, B, C,
They
D.
do.
They always discover something new, which is new.
So you have to buy new ones. Their old ones are already obsolete. They sell. No, you don't want last year.
What is already there.
Say what? Say again?
You can't discover what is already there. There is no new findings. Everything is already.
Yeah, you hear how they say that all scientists have found new stuff or discovered new stuff, and they're going seemingly closer to the emptiness, but this is already empty.
All that's happening is new words are getting created. So as they go deeper, right? They keep going deeper. They bring up new words. Go ahead, Raigo.
No. Just new empty words.
Trying to describe what.
There is this excitement about the new, when it's new and there is like this curiosity. It's very natural. So in a way, it's innocent in a way. This curiosity that there is something new. It's a kid like it's magical. It's like Santa Claus. It's all this that we are, in a way it's innocent. Just this excitement of new, and there is something to discover.
Yeah.
But there is
Do you guys ever see stuff and go, oh my God, this too? Like you see somebody who looks bizarre, like you never saw a person that looked like that, or an animal or an insect or, a bug. Oh, this too. Could have 5 eyes, could have 6 arms, who knows? Go underwater. Octopus has 8 arms, It's just like this too. The speck of dust. Oh, this too.
Here it's all wow.
Constant wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Endless wow.
Endless wow.
Wow. Well, this has been so lovely. I was so resonating with you three that I'm so happy that we got to connect like this. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too. I can, when I listen to you guys, it's like, big melting, like, ooh, I don't need to say too much, just like quiet melting feeling, and you feel the connection. I didn't know, like from far, you just feel the connection, you just, it's talking to you.
There's
and
no distance.
no distance, no distance. And it felt like I know you, you know, it's like not knowing, but it's just without
yeah.
words, you know, just it's just there. So thank you for
Yeah,
sharing that.
yeah, and it's so unconditional. I mean, in this way that nothing needs to happen next, so to speak.
No,
Not just meeting or meeting in person. Maybe never any words shared between us, so to speak. It's so unconditional. It can be whatever. It's free to be as it is. No conditions that
no,
relationships can have to move on or to the next step. Everything can happen. Like total free fall, and that's beautiful and not scary because there is no landing.
no
Yeah.
landing, no.
Yeah, I mean, you can go, I hear sometimes people talk about, I call it the washing machine, where they feel like they're separate and then they have some clarity and they feel free and then they feel contracted. It's this going back and forth.
Mhm.
But eventually, it just in a story, it does seem to calm down, but you don't know when it's going to calm down.
No,
You have no control. But
Yeah.
it's like
no,
all of a sudden there's just this peace and everything gets easier.
Exactly.
And lighter. Yeah, but not
yeah,
for someone. Again, the seeker hearing this, it thinks that we got something or they got something, and then this is now better. This is now lighter. Hearing these good words about this, and then projecting it. And when it felt heavy for them for some days, then oh no, it's not it because
Right. I lost it.
he hears what it wants to hear. So it tries to imagine this, but this is not imagining it. It is everything, the suffering, the pain, the heaviness. But yeah, when there is no sense of I or identification, then it's just what's happening, just pain and full on pain and full on sadness
Mm.
and people suffering, everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like empty house. All doors and windows are
empty
open.
house.
Free
Yeah,
free to come, free to stay even, and free to go. Usually,
Ev-
yeah, it's not owned, so there is no interaction happening, whatever feeling or emotion is coming. And then it seems to just evaporate when there is no interaction with that.
yeah,
That this is my feeling, and now I have to work with it, and why I feel it, and now blah 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 blah. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Amen.
yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's the
I have the
dissolution. Oh, sorry. It's just the dissolution of any sense of ownership.
I have this image of the wind going through when you said it's an empty house with empty, it's just the wind going through it and comes back, you know, just like a curtain, just do that, you know. Ooh. Or it just like, you know, when you put a nap on the table, it's just doing that and, you know, just landing where it's supposed to land, you know, it just feels
Yeah.
everything just like doing boom and,
Yeah.
you know, just landing that, yeah.
And the tough thing for the imagination is all is this cannot be, you can't imagine everything.
Mhm.
No,
Then it's imagination. Then it's not it.
no,
And yet imagination is it. So
it's
Yes.
also it,
so
yeah.
go
Yeah.
figure.
I get, you know, I get thunder there when you say that. I say, oh, it's thunder. We say it's also this.
I know I'm filling in for Sander tonight.
Yeah.
That's why there is no escape.
No escape.
It can sound as paradox, but paradox is that there are no paradoxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It's
beautiful.
answering everything what is saying, so to speak, like, or saying that everything is this,
Right.
even the imagination is this.
Right.
There's no one imagining anything.
That's
It's just what's happening. with the paradox.
that's good, ERE, because who would know it's a paradox?
And everything is allowed when there is no knowing what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad.
Yeah.
There's no truth.
Yeah.
No what?
No truth.
No truth.
No truth.
And if there is something like a truth, it would be silence, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but this doesn't even call itself anything, you know, it doesn't call itself anything. And yet everything.
Nope.
And yet
Yeah.
every word. So that's
So here we are, nothing and everything. Again, paradox.
Yeah.
For the separate one.
Yeah.
but if there's nobody there to have the paradox.
Yeah. It's just simply this.
Yeah, you can't even say it. A paradox for nobody.
No, no.
Yeah, words are too much.
I also find that I'm a better listener now.
Mm.
Being empty,
Yeah.
you can listen. And people, you don't say much, and people say, thank you. I enjoyed talking to you. You said 2 words.
Yeah. I love the stories now. Before I couldn't hear the stories. They were heavy because it was my stories and their stories. It was too heavy. Now I can just listen to beautiful stories. People talking, and I'm just like, wow, what a beautiful story, But I couldn't hear stories before. I just listen and it's like each character telling his, because this is also appearing as stories. It appears as everything, and it appears also as a storyteller. So the stories, telling the stories themselves, are beautiful, you know? Storytelling itself with no meaning, with nothing really to get, but even just telling itself, expressing from each character.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we don't know where the stories are coming, and each one is like there is things that happening, and there is stories that coming up with it, and you just listen to the story and the way it comes up, and yeah, wow. And the characters they love to express the stories. So there is a love to express what happened, this making, like this happened and this happened, and you just listen. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It comes together.
Yeah, and do you notice that they just run out of steam? Like if you're just quiet and listening to them,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
finally go,
yeah,
yeah, so anyway.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and here was a story appearing inside the story that ERE didn't have nothing to say, or when somebody was sharing some stories and then there was like silence, it means like, but what about you? But ERE stayed silent because
Nothing.
it was
There's
meaningless.
nothing.
Doesn't matter. and of course, ERE wasn't so interesting because it didn't replay or confirm
Yeah,
that yeah, you're real,
y-
your story is
Mm,
real.
yeah, yeah.
Listen, my
mm.
story is this, but of course,
Yeah,
it
My
happens.
story is better
Yeah,
than your story.
yeah.
yeah.
But this is what the duality is doing all the time, mirroring. Yeah, yeah, I am real. You are real. What happened with you? What
Yeah,
happened with
Yeah,
confirming each other. Yeah,
yeah, because you have to tell me if you love my story or hate my story, because I have to know how to react,
you?
you
And
know?
finally, it's a story,
Yeah, even this.
even this.
But
I,
I'm
I
saying,
have a memory.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I have a memory coming up here when I was like a teenage, when teenagers, they like, you have to shine and you have to say and you have to talk. And I remember walking in the town with a friend. And for me, I don't know, it was natural not to say anything. It was very natural. And then one moment she was looking at me and said, "You have nothing to say," and I was like, why should, I was like, what? I'm supposed to say something. And it just hit me that I'm supposed to say something now, like, because she would get upset, like, you have nothing to say. And then something learned that you have to say something to interact with somebody. But it was so naturally just going around, not saying, you don't have to use words all the time.
Same here.
Yeah.
And so subtly is this conditioning or programming that
Yeah.
yeah, we are this running these stories. We should be one or another way. We should be accepted and so on.
Yeah, I found that if you don't have much to say, they eventually stop calling you.
He's boring. He has
Yeah,
nothing to say.
yeah, yeah,
No excitement there. I cannot talk about him
yeah,
anymore. But
yeah. Of course, just what you said. They
yeah,
want to talk to some. Really? He said that? Oh, what a dirty
that,
dog.
yeah, yeah. Oof, there's nothing there, so why to call? No news. Mm,
They want to talk with someone, with something, but
yeah,
this is empty. This is nothing. Doesn't confirm
Yeah,
this illusion of two.
exactly. Beautiful.
And that can be very comforting.
Yeah,
How it-
we confirm.
yeah. So yeah, yeah. If you believe what I believe, I feel better.
Yeah. And this is the basic need of just sharing, this love, that the connection that everybody is looking for. It's just to connect, there is this need, something wants to connect with something, but you cannot explain that. You cannot explain this. So all the stories, all this, the value, or this is just all that is arising just for this very simple thing that there's no words to give it, and there's no doing for it. Just this connection, this need to, this love that it's always there, but there is something longing to it to get it, but it's always here. It's always here. You don't need words. You don't need anything to do uh, to get it. It's always there. It's very strong, it's very strong. This is why there's this longing for it, but it's always here. And like, the sentence that the longing and this in loveness, they are the same thing. It's a beautiful expression of the same thing.
Yeah. And even the conditional love, personal love, is also unconditional love.
Mm.
It's everything is unconditional love arising as these conditions.
Yeah.
Like a game, like a child game, it feels like it's hidden to itself, it's finding itself, it's longing for itself, it's always itself.
Yeah, that's a good
Very
point.
interesting.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, it just reminded me of when you said like a game. It's like, right, when we were kids, we like to play dolls. So you would say, this is Betty and this is Joe, and Betty has
Mhm.
a crush on Joe. And you're making the whole story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hide
So,
and seek game.
so innocently, right? As children, you're making
Yeah,
the story. You heard them. You heard the name Betty and the name Joe. You learn these concepts. So you begin to,
yeah.
it just happens automatically.
No one's doing that.
Mm.
And that's why it's so perfect and innocent. Sometimes I hear that people who have heard this message and then they are looking their grandchildren, let's say, and they wish that I wish that no one will condition that they don't develop this sense of separation.
Mhm.
But even this
No,
sense of
yeah,
separation, there is nothing wrong with that. It's
no,
also
nothing wrong.
Right.
beautiful.
And when it's seen, it's seen. You don't need to find it. You don't need to change. And when the character, there is a starting to see it, so it's starting to see. There's not the character doing it. It's just happening there. So when it's not happening, it's not happening. And when something is happening, and there is a
Yeah.
seeing, so
And this may come as a shock to like hardcore seekers, such as maybe us. But when I was talking to Sander, he was mentioning, you know, not everybody's me was like, I describe it here as like my hair being on fire, the
mm,
hair being on fire. It was like
yeah,
I wasn't messing around. Like I didn't care. I
yeah,
mean, once I realized the, sex and money and goals and, all that wasn't going to do it. It was like, okay, you know, this is this
mm,
is it. I only care about this.
Mm. Hardcore seeking
Yeah.
bliss.
Yeah, but as Sander was saying to me, he goes, well, you know, Michael, not every me is like that. Like there are some me's that are
Right.
content, and I forgot. I'm like, oh, see, this one was always so uptight that it didn't realize that there are me's that, yeah, some days are good, some days are bad, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
There was a moment that you want, you know, when it's seen, you want to save everybody. You want, you know, you feel like, hey, come to see it. You know, you want to try to, you know, there is a need like to share it. And then after a while, you say, you know, this is lost. So after you just also do this scene that is fine. Everything is fine. If a character is just, you know, not seeing it, so it's fine. There's no need to convince nobody. No need to do
Well,
something else. And when there is like here the same, you know, when I heard it, it just was heard and nothing was done, you know. It just popped up like that, and everything followed after that. So you don't know how it's gonna appear. There's no mission here. There's no need to save nobody.
There is nobody.
There's nobody. It's appearing the way it appears.
you know, Hadar, one time about a month or two ago, somebody asked in Kosi about the war, you know, between Israel
Yeah.
and Hamas. You know, I know in Kosi, you know, I knew he didn't mean it, but his first reaction when they asked him about the war is
Mm,
he likes to laugh. You know, he sometimes
mm.
giggles, and he did. When they said, well, what
Oh,
about the, you know, the killing, the
yeah,
tragedy, and he
yeah.
kind of giggled, you know, kind of did that little
Okay.
sweet
Yeah.
laugh, and more than one person said, I'm offended.
Upset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so I
yeah,
talked to Nkosi because he knew, you know, he knows, he
yeah,
feels. He said, he goes, I don't know, Michael, it's just what comes out.
yeah. But the me is if there is you know, if there is a me and a character in position, it can feel very, you know, offending because it's been taken very very seriously as that. So and this is, you know, whatever comes up, and you know, I even about the war, there is it can be the grief here and the sadness, and I cannot, there's nothing to judge it, you know. This is the way it is. And you know, there is sometimes I hear there is news that it feels like bad news, and then there is a feeling here of heaviness, and it's just coming and going like that. And this is what's happening, you know. I cannot explain that. I don't know why it's happening. I cannot explain this war. I cannot explain, um but there is a, I don't know. I don't know if you call it acceptance. It just, this is what's happening. And whatever comes up here that follows that, so it would follow.
Well, it's
Uh,
not an exception. The me thinks the war is an exception. It's
yeah,
the war is this
exactly.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is it.
exactly. Exactly. And there's no explanation why it's happening or not. This is
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
happening.
And
Yeah.
the me is always looking for an answer. You know,
Yeah,
what's the solution? How can we stop the fighting?
exactly. I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea. Yeah.
And what comes out here is that there is nothing wrong with the war or whatever is happening. Yeah, but me wants to save the world and seems to know that war is wrong, and I don't know, peacefulness is right, like this
It
wrong and
doesn't
right.
go by wrong or right. It goes just, it's it's like every happening, this is also what's happening, and it will be dealt the way it will be dealt.
Hmm.
And there is going to be casualties, and there going to be grief and sadness, and this
Yeah,
is what's happening, you
yeah.
know.
No, no
Oh,
escape.
yeah.
No
No,
escape.
and it's not so easy, right? Because, you know, you always want to pick the side you're on, right? So if you're Israeli, naturally your allegiance will be to Israel and, you know, or to Palestine if you're the other side. But I saw this video on YouTube. It was a innocent baby monkey, a small monkey. It was not full grown. And of course, it was curious. And it decided to go see what that thing was in the bush that was coiled up like a garden hose. And it turned out to be a snake. And of course, being a little monkey, didn't know snakes, doesn't know about snakes. So it's going up to the snake, and the snake's going, oh, lunch. So the snake, of course, begins wrapping around the baby. And now the baby's realizing, uh-oh. And somebody's filming this. And, nobody's getting involved. And your heart goes out because you realize the baby's gonna die. It's getting suffocated, and it's looking like confused, like what the fuck's going on? I don't get it. It's in distress. But on the other hand, the boa constrictor has to eat. It has a right to have so I felt pain. I felt both. I felt the sadness of the monkeys being lunch, but I also understood that the snake had to eat.
I don't even see it as understanding. There's not even understanding here. There is no even understanding why this is like that and why it's like that. It's like just seeing what's happening, whatever comes up as expression here, and not even this or that. Yesterday I was walking also with my dogs. I just did a small short with that, and we're walking, and I was like, making a small video, say, oh, Sky, Nuka, they're smelling, they're natural search for something, and in the field checking for mice. And the moment I'm taking the video, and I say, Nuka finding a mice. My voice is saying, the words say, Nuka finding mouse, and I hear, and Nuka is eating the mouse. And then I was just realizing that Nuka, just my dog, ate the mouse, the mice in front of the camera. And but the voice was just talking and said, Nuka find the mice, and Nuka eating the mice. And then I heard like Nuka is like chewing the mice, and then was like, oh my God, what happened here? Crazy. Things, you don't know how things appear and why they appear this way. And it just, appear in front of your eyes, and you just even not realizing why it came up to be this way. And this is the way I see it, I don't know why it's happening this way. I have like no sight, not here, not there. It's
Again, there's no
I just see it like there is life, why this life is going. There is this questioning, like this beautiful life is going for ideas, or because of ideas, because of positions, because of that, why, these beautiful kids, I see this the 20 years old beautiful faces, life is pouring out of them, and they're gone, for the families. There's no, for just see life expressing and disappearing this way so fast, and there is a lot of sadness seeing that. And and this is the way it's expressed here. So I have no position. It's just whatever comes up. And when I see, posting of all these beautiful children, and that were gone, that were killed, and they're there because they want, to save it from to save their families, or to the ideas, that to do something good, and it's coming from love and sacrificing. It's the whole thing, the whole thing. And there is a lot of feeling, there is so much love for the whole story, for the whole thing. So that's it. I have nothing else to say, about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so innocent, but the me doesn't get this, because there are bad guys doing bad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will not mention any names from the apparent history too. I don't see anyone doing anything, even when there is this apparent intention, I don't know, to get rich or famous or whatever.
Yeah.
It's also innocent.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
children playing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
appearing
Because
this way.
murderer places prison.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
it's not
appearing this way.
is okay or accepted or yeah, if somebody murders somebody, then yeah, the place is prison for that. But this is the murderer also as innocent. No
Yeah,
choice.
that
No
was
choosing to be murderer or a raper
yeah.
or a drug addict or whatever.
That was
Exactly.
what I was saying about the monkey and the snake. When I said
Yeah.
understanding, that's what I meant. It was innocence. I could see the innocence of the snake and the innocent, you know what I mean? And this is just innocence. Nobody was doing it. The snake had no
No.
choice. The monkey had no choice.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And that's the beauty.
Yeah. Beautiful talk.
Thank you guys so much. I'm so
Wow.
glad we did
Wow.
this. Awesome.
Mm,
Awesome. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Mwah.
yeah,
Guys.
I love you too.
Thank
I
you.
love you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.
Yeah.
You too. You too.
Thanks.